This is the oldest and best preserved part of the mission?
This right here is really phenomenal.
Okay.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Awesome.
Let me open this up so I can bring it right in.
Wow.
Again,
What all went down here?
this is you're back on original floor. This back here, I was showing you the altar on the other side. Remember how they had to cut that door?
Yes.
Okay, this part of the church is called the sacristy. You are now on the other side of that beautiful retalbo. Retalbo
okay.
sits on this wall here. This is where the padres would come in from their house next door. They would come in through this particular door. They would stand here, and this is where they would start to prepare for the ceremony of Mass. Now this...
what kind of preparation was involved?
Well, they have to get dressed. They have their outfits here that they need to put on, and they dress. They have the holy books, the holy water that is here, and everything that is brought into the sanctuary.
Are there any of the original outfits?
In the museum.
Okay.
I'll show them to you in the museum. The dresser you see here is not one of the prettiest dressers you'll ever see, but this is original to the church. The importance of this, because this is wood. Again, wood was very scarce. They didn't know what to do that over 250 years ago, what to do with all this wood here on the West Coast. So this dresser was totally built. This was built in what we call a dovetail custom. Everything was interlocking. There are no nails.
Wow.
Look at this. As you can see,
Oh.
interlocking means interlocking the pieces of wood.
They had no metal back
Now the leather that you see on top of this dresser, this was cured right here at the ranch. This is from the hide from
this
the
was from
animals.
some of the cattle?
Right here. Some of it is starting to peel away. I have a feeling some people have picked a little bit away, but this leather was cured right here at the ranch.
I see they did have a few nails, or these have been put on later.
Later on. Those are called tacks. They were put on later. And when they've redone some of these drawers, they did in fact use some nails. The cross and the mirror you see are original to the church. The paintings, again, we cannot attest to the value of the paintings because they aren't signed or dated. So we really don't know about that. These cabinets were put in later on. These are probably about 100 years old. You can see some of the garments that are used today, the altar servers, and with some of the priests.
So they still come here to prepare for Mass?
Oh, yes. Yeah, for the two Masses. And then we have a number of weddings. Weddings, if you want to get married at the old church, you need to at least put your name in 14 to 16 months ahead of time.
Oh, wow. So you guys are
Very
booked.
popular. Yeah.
Yes.
Very popular.
Okay.
Very, very popular.
And who is the man in the picture?
That is Father Junipero Serra.
So he was one of the founding members?
He was one of the founders. He was never here at the church, unfortunately, but he was commissioned. This gives you a little preview of what it looked like back before some of the renovations here in the sacristy.
All right. So let's continue on our tour a little bit.
Yep.
Oh, hi,
Now-
folks. Oh,
Hi, hey, how are you? Oh, you're John, right?
look at the handsome guy over there.
Isn't he great?
Easy does it, not too hard.
Isn't that beautiful? All right.
Now that's
All right.
listen to me. That's the same bell that called in the Indians Saturday afternoon for cheeseburgers and French fries.
Wow.
And here she is right over here, the Angelus Bell, cast in Mexico in 1830. And so anyway,
How often do you guys ring that one?
whenever we want to.
This is the way you would have gone up to the original bell tower. The kids that would always selected to ring the bells for the various events that were being announced at the time. They would have to go up this set of stairs, another set of stairs, a landing.
Oh, I
There's
see.
more
Okay.
stairs and a couple more landings. We're not allowed to go up there anymore. The fire department has it all closed off for safety reasons. This is the terrace. As I say, we're getting ready for a reception later today. We're going to be walking toward the museum now, okay, Desiree?
Okay. And so this is some of the wool garments that they have.
That's what they'll be wearing. That's what the reenactors will be putting
Linen on the
Heavy.
Heavy.
Very heavy.
And they actually wore this in the summer.
Yes.
Linen on the interior and
Linen
wool
on the interior. Exactly.
I'm glad it's 2010.
I hope to shout.
Oh, now this is a pièce de résistance, huh?
In this room here, John, you want to tell Desiree a little bit about the artifacts in this room? Folks, I'm going to close the door.
Okay, John, what do we got here?
Well, this is the Indian room,
Okay.
and these two brass pivots swung the large doors that are outside leaning against the wall. They
So
were
one on top, one on bottom, I guess?
Yeah, no, well, just on the bottom, and up above there was some some little gauge that held it steady on top. And here's the old cattle brand, TS, meaning temblores, earthquakes in English. Also, it means Terra Santa, holy land, Terra Santa. And you know what? They had clay water pipes. Water was piped in from the lake, which wasn't too far from here. And so they had an aqueduct, a fountain with fresh running water.
Nice.
And through the years, we dig up all this hardware out in the garden and whatnot, and we're always finding stuff. Old keys and nails that are buried.
And I think the baskets are very beautiful.
Aren't they lovely?
There's some Indian basketry.
Very, yeah.
So tightly woven, Desiree, that they could actually carry
Beautiful.
water in those. Isn't that amazing?
Mary, what did they make the baskets with?
Well, it was all
Plants,
the fiber from the trees. It was all fiber that was used
Wow.
and intertwined. And cane, like they do the cane back chairs.
Come on over here real quick. These are the originals. In the church we have copies painted on canvas sails from boats from far away Spain. And of course they tell the story of Jesus carrying his cross to Mount Calvary. You see, Christ is fallen down. The soldier is trying to pull him up with the rope. Look at the nose on that soldier's face. The
Like
one down-
Pinocchio, huh?
Looks like Pinocchio, you got it.
Now, tell me about this. This looks very
This
interesting.
songbook is absolutely phenomenal. This is bound in wood. This is a book that's from over 400 years ago. This was used at the ceremony of Mass in, I believe, Germany and Italy, this particular book. And when you think about how heavy it was, it isn't like today where everybody has a book in their place at church. This is a book that was held at the front of the congregation.
For everyone to see?
For everyone to see. It probably took about 3-4 people to hold it because it's so heavy, and probably another 1 or 2 people to turn those pages.
Now, Mary, I know this is post-printing press, but
Right.
it looks very handwritten to me.
It is all hand done, as what we would call calligraphy today. This is their style of writing 300 to 400 years ago,
So I guess the printing press took a while to catch on.
and didn't do
Okay.
quite as well as the hand done work. We have a letter here from Father Junipero Serra.
Okay,
This is
take a look at that.
Yeah, this is the confirmation of our church here, and this is
And that's in Spanish?
This is right from Father Junipero Serra.
Uh-huh.
That was the mother tongue, of course.
That's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank the folks at the San Gabriel Mission, Mary Cammarano for the guided tour, and Chuck Lyons for putting it all together. And if you'd like to know more about the mission, you can visit their website at www.sangabrielmission.net. And I'd like to thank you for watching. If you have something to scream about, please visit our website at www.standupandscream.net. Thank you.